Hi, I'm Jamela Kosa, and today I'll be showing you how to use bottle tops for a grade 2 maths lesson on tens and units. Let me show you what you will need. You will need a hanger, you will need bottle tops, and you will need a wool. Okay? Now, once you've collected bottle tops, try and make sure that they're the same sizes. The colors don't matter, but if you've got enough, you can create strips of tens with the same color. Okay. You will also need a sharp object to create holes on top of your bottle tops. Okay, I used a star screwdriver, and I found that this plastic is actually quite thin. It works quite well with a screwdriver. If you use a knife or a pair of scissors, I'm worried that it will create slits rather than creating the holes. Now, the holes are good for something such as the wool that I've used, because they're both circular and they both fit in quite neatly. One thing to take note of when you're creating these tens strings is that on the bottom bottle top, you need to tie a knot and make sure that it goes around the bottle top, and you do the same for the top bottle top. The other thing to do is I have created loops at the top of my strings, and the reason being is that I can use my hanger to hang up my strings, just for storage, and to avoid any detangling, especially if you were to keep these inside a box of some sort. Okay, so I'm going to move this out of the way. Now, when introducing a topic like tens and units, it's important to bring in the maths vocab. So because this is designed for a grade 2 lesson, I will also explain to them that we have units. Units usually when you count singular objects such as these, okay? And you have tens, which I have bundled up on these strings. So if you count each one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay? And then if you collect enough of these and you have 10 tens, it creates 100. And you can also then introduce the idea of thousands. It's important to just introduce the terminology so that as the kids get older, they're familiar with what you're working with. Now, an example in this lesson. I like also explaining the fact that we use the words units to explain a group of objects. So with these, when you're counting singular forms, you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. But if I have to count singular objects, it sometimes takes too long. So what people have come up with is a creation of units, or bundles, should we say. And I usually ask, where else have you seen someone else using bundles? And often enough, we will use bundles, for example, when we talk about money. And we say, right, instead of having a whole wallet or a whole handbag full of coins, what we rather would do is create units, and we would use, for example, a 20-cent piece coin or a 50-cent piece coin instead of having singular 1-cent coins. It makes it lighter, but it makes it quicker to count. So in the same way, when working with place value, your tens and units, people have designed a unit called the tens, a unit called the hundreds. And you say, okay, so show me. And what I love doing in this lesson is that I like for the little ones to show me numerosity. So I'll say, please, can you set out your counters in tens for me? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the reason I like this is because usually when the little ones work on a number chart, it's usually set out in formats of tens, but it also brings in the concept of reading, where the children are reading from left to right. You say, okay, well, is there a quicker way of saying 14? Okay, how else could I show this in a quicker way without me counting every single one? And often enough, I'll say, okay, let's use the tens string. there's a 10 string. I know that's 10 already. And so all I need to do to show the same amount without using this is to show a string of 10s with my 4 units. So I have 1 10 and I've got 4 units. I hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit more about how to create these using bottle tops. It's very easy. Thank you.